Laurie Cardozo-Moore with Proclaiming Justice to the Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an urgent message to share with you today. Many of you are familiar with our organization and our mission, and this may be reaching some people who are not familiar with the mission of Proclaiming Justice to the Nations. But our mission is to educate Christians about their biblical responsibility to stand with our Jewish brethren and defend the state of Israel against the rise of global anti-Semitism. We accomplish our goal by producing award-winning documentary films and television programs like Focus on Israel, and we distribute them through our over 20 global media partners into 200 nations, reaching over 2 billion potential viewers every week with our award-winning Focus on Israel show. But unfortunately, we have, in this coronavirus era, have lost our major contributor to this program, to the broadcast time of this program, which has left us now with a deficit this year. Our first quarter deficit is almost $50,000 to keep this show on the air. We all know that we are facing a communications crisis in the United States of America, and even more of a crisis when it comes to Christian messages to a Christian audience. We are losing the opportunity to communicate on platforms, social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and unfortunately, the only outlets that we have to get our message out to the masses is through Christian television. I'm not concerned about meeting or reaching the mainstream media and trying to communicate our message through mainstream media platforms, because they're not the ones that have the audience that are going to respond to our messaging. But Christian media and our platforms and our social media outlets that we are able to get information out to Christians is critically important. PJTN's biggest media platform is Daystar TV. And if you're not familiar with our Focus on Israel show and you've never tuned in, I want to encourage you. It is on every Sunday evening at midnight Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Pacific Time. I encourage you to tune in and watch that weekly program through the month of May, because last week I had to contact Daystar TV and let them know that as of the end of May, we would be pulling our award-winning program from their network because we no longer have the funding to keep that show on the air. I know that some of you getting this message are in other parts of the world, and you count on and rely on this television program every week. I want to thank all of you for those who have written to us about the impact, both Jews and Christians, about the impact this program has had on you personally. And I know that many of you are sharing our information with your family and friends and sharing our program with your family and friends. But now we're at a critical crossroads. And if we cannot raise the $50,000 for the broadcast time for the first quarter of 2020, this program will go off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we have over 70,000 people that we reach through our email list and through all of our social media platforms. And if just everyone would just give $1, $3, $10, or $20 a month, it would more than help us to be able to pay that obligation, that broadcast time, and also provide for the production time for these award-winning shows. But I can't do it without each of you. We all know that we're losing the battle when it comes to content and the airwaves. I've had many of my Twitter messages, Facebook messages, even some of our programs on YouTube have been shut down by YouTube because it doesn't meet their community standards. The last platform that we have access to bring truth, especially with regards to Israel and her rights to her ancient homeland, and to expose the anti-Semitism that is so pervasive around the world, is through Christian media platforms, and our largest platform is Daystar TV. So I'm asking you, each one of you, to please pray and ask Almighty God what your role is in this. Again, it only takes everybody giving just a little bit to be able to meet that obligation every quarter, every month. So if you are interested, if you're hearing this message, you can go to our website to donate at pjtn.org, If you are hearing this and you would like to underwrite these programs every week, or you would like to sponsor the programs each week, please email me at info@pjtn.org. And for those of you who have been contributing to PJTN and to this show, I want to thank you all so much for your faithfulness in helping us to get our message out. We've been on Daystar since January of 2018, 2 years, over 2 years, broadcasting this message, and the response has been phenomenal. We are changing hearts and changing minds of people we never would have been able to reach without our Focus on Israel show. So I want to thank you again, and God bless you for all you do on behalf of our Jewish brethren and for the state of Israel. And from myself, on behalf of Proclaiming Justice to the Nations and our whole team, we want to say thank you for standing with us on the front lines of this all-encompassing war.